Hello, hello, hello. Hi guys, my name is Mimi, and today I have a very good friend of mine. She is art director. She is an art guru. She is an art in person in art, in film. And so it's a pleasure of mine to be here with her right now. She is known for working with the Maven Studio, that's one belonging to Don Jazzy. So yeah, she's the art director for Assistant Madame, and also the Men's Club, both produced by the media company Red TV. So today it's a pleasure of mine to meet, not to meet because she's my friend already, so to introduce you guys to Daisy Effiom. Yay!
Hey.
Daisy, welcome to ArtCast podcast. I'm yet to figure out the name to give this podcast, like a name for the podcast. So apart from that, I don't want to call it ArtCast podcast. I want to call it something creative, something catchy, something. So let us test you. Let us give you the initial test of your creativity. Can you come up of a name? Can you come up with a name for our podcast?
Ladies in the creative industry.
Man. You failed that test. Ladies in the world of what? Ladies where?
In the creative industry.
So what with Prince and Mossad do?
Ladies in the creative industry.
What will Prince and Mossad do now? They will turn to female.
This podcast is for male and it's for female. Oh, it's for male and female.
This podcast is for all genders. Please, can you come up with a name?
Okay. Oh, okay. Can you come up with a name? What's the name that I can come up with too?
Okay, so I will give you some time because sometimes creativity it doesn't come, which is something we need to even talk about in this podcast, because it's like most of these producers and directors, it's like they want art department guys to just be performing miracles when it comes to art. So this is a perfect example to tell you that sometimes creativity doesn't just come flow like that. That means like sometimes it needs to marinate. The idea will marinate in your head, and before you know it, you are building on an idea. You even make it better. You take some things out, you put things back in, and before you know it, you have something splendid. They say art takes time. It's simple. 3 words. Art takes time. May we all heed to this if we want great creative contents from the art directors. So it's a pleasure to have you here, my love. Welcome to our podcast, ArtCast Tribe. In this podcast, we talk about everything to do with art and film. Okay, let me just briefly introduce myself. So my name is Miriam Umosa, but you can call me Mimi. I am a production designer stroke art director. Went to the film Ebony Life Creative. Went to the film school, Ebony Life Creative Academy. And as I graduated, I've always loved arts and I've been creating content right from wherever. But after that school experience, it took my love for the arts in film to another level. Thanks to our tutor, Miss Wavinia, who came all the way from Kenya to head the department, and she's doing a fantastic job, like extremely fantastic job, if I can say that. So let us get to meet our guests. This podcast is not all about me. Hello, I love myself, but let's get to know other people, can't we? So Daisy, let's talk about you. How did you start this career? I met you at Ebony Life Creative Academy, and along the line we didn't first hit it off, it was later on when we started doing projects, getting practical with stuff, that we started talking, and It's nice to have known you. So tell us a bit about how you got into the. I know already, but just tell the people out there how you got into the film industry. What was your initial passion before it, and how now that it is your passion? If is it your passion really? Oh, it's your passion. Okay, so now it's your passion. Like, how is it going? Where do you want to take it? What level do you want to take it? Over to you, Daisy.
Okay, so film making and direction started for me after graduation. I graduated 2016 from school, and I had to work with an aunt for a while waiting for my NYSC. I know. Then she has like is still in the area of art. She does fruit creation, like fruit crafting, like you using real fruit to create stuff, like different things.
Wow, in Nigeria?
Yeah, so she does that for weddings, birthdays, some special occasions, and also, and yeah, she had a 9 to 5 p.m. job, so obviously she wasn't really having time. And when she saw my interest level, she had to leave the company for me to manage, and all. Then she was just supervising and everything.
Wow.
And yeah, Daisy has not really been a 9 to 5 person anyway, and I've not really been like, I really wanted to work for someone or work under someone. I've actually wanted to do stuff for myself and by myself, expressing myself in the way I want to, and not someone limiting my creativity and all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that for a while, and at some point early 2017 I got tired. I'm like, no, I can't do this again, and I resigned. So when I resigned, I was basically in the house, and yeah, I've been posting my work.
Well, I have a question based on what you just said. Were you the one carving those things? Did you
so yes, she started up, carved, and then taught me, and I learned. Yes.
Wow. So
yes.
you're carving for the clients. That's wow,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
No wonder. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So I posted some of my stuffs online, and I had this friend when I was in school, an elder sister who is in the creative movie industry. Actually wanted to start up a series for African Magic, and she needed someone to do something relating to fruit dressing for a table setup. And then she reached out to me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm at home at the moment, I'm not really doing anything. Yeah, that was my first time of getting on the production set, and when I got there, I was wow. I was like, wow, I love the way things are happening around here. And I spoke to her, I was like, okay, I wouldn't mind working with you to start up and all. And she was the props master for the particular African Magic, that's battleground for African Magic then 2017. She was the props master, and I spoke to her, and she was like, okay, that she already had people working under her, but they're going to open up for more recruits, mostly like interns and all, so she will let me know. So after like 2 weeks, she reached out to me, and she was like, okay, Daisy, come on board. And I started up, not really like I really had like a pre-knowledge and everything. I'm kind of, let me not be proud though, I kind of learned quick. So she got on board. She just showed me, okay, this is how you do your script breakdown, and she just threw everything to me, and then off we went to location. Yeah, my first few days on set wasn't funny because I was fumbling. I know. I can remember like I was just too inquisitive, and then director was making a point on set. I had to counter him and everything. Everybody was like, you don't talk to your director that way on set. I'm like, my bad.
Wow.
Yeah, that has been my journey so far.
So since then, you've worked on several projects. Can you mention a few?
Okay, so my first project, like I said earlier, was Battleground, and after Battleground, I went on Siblings and I, still for African Magic. The production company was Scene One, that's Funke Akindele, and then after that, I did the production for Face of Africa Media, May 29. It was meant to be a cinema movie, but it didn't make it to the cinema at the end of the day, but it's on major platforms and all in the industry. And then
some of your recent work.
My recent work, yeah, I've done something for In Blood, The Perfect Arrangement. I've done something for Film One, Order of Things. I've done the big awaiting movie that everyone is waiting for, Gang of Lagos. Yes, that has been that so far.
Wow, awesome. Like you've had quite a journey, from carving fruits, decorations, right? We like call them decorations and edibles, to film. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think. Do you think it kind of helped you? What parts did you feel like that skill you gained from carving? Because it's art, and I feel like art's kind of like once you're into it, you can always apply it into whatever you're doing. So like, what do you feel like you were able to pick from that experience that helped you in this current experience you're in? Because there's some people out there now that will have the skill to do maybe sketching, other art stuff, but they're not in the film industry. So maybe if you reveal what you learned from that experience, it can help them realize that they can actually do this too.
Okay, so the fruit carving just doesn't stop at you carving fruit. It comes with a whole lot of setup. Do you get? So you being able to use what you've created with your fruit to create like an arc where people comes in and it's just a center of attraction in a wedding hall. Imagine as a baker you have your cake and then people come into the hall, the cake is not attracting them. It's the fruit artwork that's seen over there that is attracting them. And the most the most amazing thing is it's all edible, despite the fact that it looks so beautiful at the beginning, and then guests, audience can't just wait to like lay their hands on it, grab something and all that. They're all fruit and very edible. So that aspect of you being able to be creative with fruit actually helped me. That when I got into the industry and being an art director, I could know how to channel my passion and my level of creativity to making things in the film industry relating to the story being told.
Like what exactly? Because do you get into carving things? Do you get into making things?
Okay, not necessarily carving things in the
molding
art,
things, create custom things, or
so yes. There's some production that requires you being creative with your hands. So I could actually, like, if I want to make a box, I could actually pick up a piece of paper or a hard paper and I'm able to create a box, wrap it, and it comes out looking like a gift box. It depends. Like, you could just be caught up in something and you don't necessarily have to run to the nearest store to buy stuff. You can look around you, look at the materials you have around you, and you're able to create stuff out of it just like that, and it works for the role you want to use it for. So,
and it comes in handy, especially in those times where the directors or the producers expect the art department to perform miracle. Like, first of all, those things are not in the script. It comes up last minute. So as an art director, you need to be able to think on your toes for such things to come up. So that's awesome. So far as it's going, how would you say the experience has been? Like, tell us about like the best experience, like generally what you love about what you do, and again what you don't like and needs to be improved in what you do.
Okay, first off, the experience for me has been amazing. Like, it's just been splendid, and most of all, like, I really love to be on the set whereby, like, what we actually have now in the industry is like people already use, like, they just want to use a location that has everything, and know as such it limits your level of creativity. I love to work on set whereby, like, you just pick up a story and you have to create your set to come in line with the story you have just read. And that was like the experience Gang of Lagos gave to me, because Gang of Lagos there was no set. They will just give you an open space, like they will give you a location and you have to create a set out of it. Do you understand? So I love working on such set because it helps your level of creativity. It helps you imagine things and all that. So you're not being lazy when it comes to creativity. Just go, okay, arrange chair and table and put together and all, and then you say you've done a set. No, that's not a set for me. So I actually love working on jobs that are actually very challenging, where you just have to do things from the scratch and create the part or create the set to look what the story is saying. Yeah, and then there are a lot of things that happen in the industry whereby some producers or EPs don't really respect the art directors or the art department. Like, they just feel, okay, you're here to work, like, make it happen fast. And meanwhile, some other department, like the technical department, they will give them time. They have time for setup. They need their they can give them like 4-5 hours to do their setup. And when it comes to art department, they're like, please, you guys should be fast. You guys are costing us downtime. And I'm like, the same time, the same energy, the same idea the technical department needs to do this thing is the same. that other art
even
department,
more.
even much more, that the art department should be given to do their setup, because we are thinking like we just got to a set. You don't expect us to like, okay, the idea is already in our head and we just come and we pour it out. We need time, because there's a lot of movement required, there's a lot of putting things together required, just the same way a camera person will pick up the tripod, assemble the lens, this and that. It's time. So the art department equally need that time and that respect when it comes to time. Not you yelling at an art director or at a set dresser or at a props master, get this done quickly, blah 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 blah, and you don't give that same energy, that same vibe to the technical department.
So, Ben, girl, I can feel your pain. Like, I know exactly what you're saying. I've not been in this industry for as long as you have, but the short period I've been in the industry, Lord have mercy. Like, God forgive me, but they can get to your what's the English I want to use now? Yeah, they can get to your last nerves. And like you said, like I think people even need to understand it doesn't take the same. Don't comparing lights and art department is, I don't think you should even, because art departments actually need more than 24 hours. So art department's role, she needs to even start maybe a month before. And then, okay, fine, even if it's a sharp production, oh, let's do this thing quick, like there should be a chance for the department to actually dress the set a night before. Before the shoots, a night before the shoot. So every production company needs to work towards that. Even if it's last minute stuff, at least everything needs to be provided for the art department, so they can dress the set a night before the shoots. And then on the day of the shoot, any props and whatever can be, brought in and all that. So, as in, art takes time. I'm repeating myself. I think this conversation is getting really, really interesting. So, I think we need to do a part 2, but you should round up what you have to say, and then we'll come back and continue from where we stopped.
Sorry, I just want to drop a point. Like she said, art department needs more than 24 hours to do their setup. Not that you're renting a space and then you're now paying for your shooting hour, not considering art department. Like, we need time to do setup. You're just paying for your shooting hours, and then when we get to set, you're like, oh, art department, you guys are not doing your work and all that. Meanwhile, you should have paid extra days to suit the art department. That if you have any atom of respect for the art department, you should always consider them in your budget when booking for a location. That, okay, these guys will need like maybe 30 hours earlier to do their set, so you should consider them and pay extra hours for art department setup away from shooting hours. That's my point.
And we're talking to producers and directors who are interested in art and film. Those that are interested in doing bland production, yeah, you can continue with the 2 seconds notice. Am I sounding angry? All right, lovely. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Expect part 2 to drop soon. Follow us on Instagram at ArtCast_tribe. That's ArtCasts, ArtCast_tribe. And feel free to get in touch with us, DM us, whatever, and we'll do more of this. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.